Don't tell so-and-so is today's thesis statement as to when when do you call somebody out, when do you say whatever it is that's said. Why would anybody want to tell you something, gabbiness, rumor mill, just say, oh, hey, by the way, don't tell so-and-so, but don't say this to that. Why fucking put a goddamn burden on somebody like that? I don't know. To me, that's right up there with, I think fourth grade, as early as that, in terms of, don't tell your sister, don't tell your brother, don't tell your cousin. But fucking people talking shit. Don't repeat what I'm saying. Don't repeat what you heard. Fuck you. And there's the line in terms of discretion. So, have I done it? Absolutely. Have we all? Probably. So, but is there a burden if I say, you know what? Here's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Blah. Well, first of all, it ain't a secret. B, why you're freaking being gabby. C, clearly somebody should not have trusted you with that fucking secret because you're a blabbermouth. And that's how shit gets around. Sometimes you think you can trust somebody and they'll just keep fucking blowing you up. How many times are you going to trust somebody before they blow up? So, and then versus, I don't know, me, nowadays I try to forget what anybody tells. As soon as somebody says, hey, this is a secret, I'm just figuring they just need to unload, because thank God they're doing it with me, because, I'm going to be the ship that never docks, but or try to be, or at least maintain anonymity of, or change the names, or make it into a, some kind of anecdote. But, don't tell so-and-so. Don't tell your father. Don't tell your mother. Don't tell fucking anything. Don't tell Alex. Don't tell Susie. Don't tell, fill in the blank. Why are you telling me? To what extent is that burden? Like, what the fuck did I ask for that? It's not like I came out of my ass going, hey, what's going on? I mean, I've done that before, and certainly, that's on me as to what people tell me. And usually the funny thing is I say, what's going on? People say, none of my business. They're looking to unload on me. Boom. Oh, here you go. Same fucking person, too. Because they're that kind of person. Don't tell so-and-so. What does that mean when somebody wants to share a gossipy piece of information, but so-and-so shouldn't find out? A, you keep fucking blabbing your mouth. It's just a matter of time before so-and-so finds out. B, if so-and-so doesn't find out because it's such a small contained group, do you need to say don't tell so-and-so? Clearly they're not. Clearly everybody's keeping their mouth shut. Do they need to know? I guess depending on the context, the content. And to that point, don't tell so-and-so it's a surprise birthday party. Probably don't be that fucking idiot. So then we have to draw the line in the sand and say, well, when is it, when is not? But let's say the guy doesn't like surprises, right? I don't like surprises. And somebody knows that I don't like surprises. And yet somebody gets the bright idea to throw me a surprise party. Well, hopefully some people within that group, enough people will say, he really doesn't like surprise parties. You should probably not make it a surprise party. And then if that happens and the event planner, whoever that person is, has to double down on their ego because they love surprise parties and they need to throw it to somebody, and they're doing the invites and they're doing the thing, why is it on me not to be grateful for having a surprise fucking party when I don't like surprises? There's a scenario. So there's a nuance involved. Hey, I'm going to do this to that person. Well, I don't think that person's going to like that too much. And that gets me to that other point, is bearing witness around other people talking shit about somebody else that I happen to know, let's say. Do I speak up? Where's my obligation? Do I ruffle feathers? oftentimes it's going to go one of two ways. Either I'm going to just get booted from whatever the hell little social circle they have, and that's fine on certain today's standards, and maybe it was always fine. Or they're going to get called out, in which case then they're going to basically fuck with me within the inner circle, or whatever that is. Or they're going to backpedal, but then just say, okay, well, they're going to keep what's easier, to keep the behavior that I just called out and just exclude me from bearing witness to that behavior, which is fine by me, but you're still perpetuating the behavior, right? You just know not to include me, which is, hey, I get what I want, but why are you still being a fucking dick? Why place the burden? And when does that burden get placed, and to what extent do people have to speak up? And I'm guilty of it. I didn't speak up 4th grade, 5th grade. Don't tell so-and-so. Why are you fucking telling me? Nowadays, I'll call attention to it. Just because, if you're going to tell me something, all right, why? Why am I so honored to be the consigliere of this bullshit? Hey, I'm just looking to vent. All right, man, I'm not going to talk. Who the fuck am I going to talk to? But you start talking shit about people, there's issues and things like that, I'm going to tell you, go resolve it, or it's going to blow at some point. If it's ridiculous, right? I always like when they say, promise not to get mad. Promise not to tell anybody. Well, you haven't told me what you're going to do. Are you going to kill somebody? You're going to fuck them up? No, I may not promise. Why? And then why would you tell me? Don't tell so-and-so. Such a fucking cockamamie phrase. Do we really think about it? Because then I got to hold on to a bunch of shit that, I don't want to embarrass other people by what I know. So I got to pretend now. I got to pretend they're not this or that, or that I don't know this or that about them. I got to pretend. So now I gotta try to be a better actor than I'm not an actor, so I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just like, I don't have a good poker face. If somebody pressed me enough, I'd probably give it. I think I'd give it up. I don't know. I can only play stupid for so long, right? And if you started putting up hardcore evidence against me, I'm not gonna refute that. I'm not that crazy. But yeah, there's no reason to. Why tell somebody something that they didn't need to hear? Unless you're warning them, hey, stay away from this person. Maybe that's what it is. You're trying to do something good, you're trying to surprise, you're trying to gift somebody, do they like it? You verify that they like it, fine, go ahead and nobody's going to stop you. Or you're warning somebody, hey, so-and-so's coming after you. Just a heads up. Like, what the hell am I going to, they're going to have to rely on me not to call up so-and-so and go, what the fuck? So there's that. But there's the risk, right? In which case, things should get resolved. Why do people have to do shit in the shadows? But people do. Right? They think themselves brave, but their actions speak otherwise. By the mere fact of the phrase, don't tell so-and-so, when it's those nefarious kind of purposes, I guess. I don't know. It's a wide topic, I guess. But certainly in 4th or 5th grade elementary school, there was a great burden laid on it. No, why you got to hold on to some shit? And, to this day, I'm still holding on to it. So, not that, you can't let go, just it's taking up space. It doesn't preoccupy, it's just taking up space. Thanks for listening.